I didn't plan to visit the Philippines. In fact, it wasn't even on my travel list. Like many first-time travelers to Asia, I was focused on Thailand. I dreamed of visiting its temples, eating the food, and relaxing on famous islands. It seemed like the perfect place. But what I didn't know was that the country I hadn't planned to see would become the one I never wanted to leave. This isn't just a travel story. It's about how one country gave me adventure and another gave me something deeper, connection. When I went to Thailand, I found beauty, excitement, and culture, just like I'd hoped. But something was missing. I didn't realize what it was until I arrived in the Philippines. If you've ever felt like just a visitor in someone else's world, this story is for you. Because in the Philippines, I didn't just travel. I felt like I belonged. I laughed more, stayed longer, and felt heartbroken when it was time to go. Yes, the beaches were stunning, but what stayed with me was the people. Before you think this is just another vlog about Southeast Asia, let me make it clear. Thailand amazed me, but the Philippines changed me. And if you keep reading, you'll understand why so many travelers, me included, say the Philippines is Asia's best-kept secret. No one told me how it would make me feel. And now I can't stop telling others. I had always dreamed of seeing Asia. When I finally got the chance, I picked Thailand. I was drawn to its bright colors, spicy food, and famous beaches. The streets were loud and busy, the street food was everywhere, and the temples were calm and golden. I felt excited, nervous, and ready to explore. Bangkok welcomed me with its wild energy. It was overwhelming, but in a good way. I wandered through markets and rode boats down the river. Every corner had something new to see or eat. Thailand was beautiful. I watched monks pray at sunrise, lit incense in old temples, and took tuk-tuk rides at night. Every day felt like a picture. In Chiang Mai, I met other travelers and joined a cooking class. We laughed, shared stories, and made green curry from scratch. Then I went to the islands, Phuket, and Koh Phi Phi. The food was amazing. I even bathed elephants in a muddy sanctuary. At first I was unsure, but the caretakers seemed to love the animals. Long-tail boats took us to beaches with tall cliffs. Then, on a whim, I flew to the Philippines. It looked just like the Instagram photos. The sun was bright, the drinks were cheap, and the sunsets were a fiery orange. I spent hours watching the ocean, thinking I had found paradise. But something still felt off. Even though it was beautiful, I felt like a tourist. People were nice, but it often felt like they just wanted to sell something. It felt like things were made for tourists, not shared with them. Then I landed in Cebu with no plans, just curiosity and a few tips from other travelers. I didn't expect much. But then something different happened. A man gave me directions without asking for money. A family invited me to eat with them, even though they didn't know my name. That had never happened before. In Thailand, I was treated like a visitor. In the Philippines, I was treated like family. They didn't want anything in return. Later, I took a boat to Bantayan Island. I expected the usual tourist scene, but what I found was beyond anything I imagined. The sand was soft like powder. The sand was white, and the sea was unbelievably clear. People waved at me from fishing boats. It felt like coming home. Even though I didn't know anyone, they didn't treat me like a stranger. I swam in crystal coves and hiked to hidden waterfalls. But the most unforgettable part wasn't the scenery. It was how people made me feel like I mattered. I met a girl named Lisa at a market. She sold mangoes and showed me how to pick the best ones. Within minutes, we were laughing like old friends. That kind of welcome isn't in any guidebook. One night in El Nido, I joined a beach barbecue. Strangers handed me grilled fish and rice. Someone played guitar and sang in Tagalog. I didn't know the words, but I cried anyway. The next day, I went on an island hopping tour. We kayaked into a quiet lagoon surrounded by tall cliffs. No crowds, just nature, raw and beautiful. We swam in coral gardens, fed fish, and sat silently as the water sparkled. It wasn't staged. It was just real life. In Siargao, I rented a scooter and rode under palm trees. I found empty beaches with no one else around. Locals waved as I passed. No one tried to sell me anything. A tricycle driver named Jun took me to his village. I met his family. His mom gave me a hug. His daughter handed me a seashell. They barely spoke English, but I felt completely understood. Everywhere I went, people made room for me, not out of duty, but because they truly wanted to. That's the difference. In the Philippines, people don't just host you, they include you. I saw people who were open, proud, generous, and real. One rainy afternoon in Bohol, I hid under a shop awning. The owner gave me an umbrella and said, "Use it, no pay." She smiled. That small gesture meant so much. I stayed in a homestay where the Lola made me breakfast and asked about my day. She gave me champorado and lanca. I felt spoiled in the best way. Even in Manila's busy streets, people made time to help me. You'll have fun anywhere, but the Philippines? That's different. That stays with you. When I got lost, a college student walked with me for 10 minutes to make sure I was okay. I snorkeled with sea turtles in Apo Island. I danced with locals during a fiesta in Bacolod. I sang karaoke badly and no one laughed. When I got sick in Palawan, the hostel owner brought me soup. His daughter sat beside me and told me stories. I'd never seen such kindness from strangers. One girl told me, "Here, you're not a tourist, you're a guest." I never forgot that. It explained everything. I wasn't just welcomed, I belonged. In Thailand, I saw luxury. In the Philippines, I felt love. Thailand was impressive, the beaches, the food, the sights. But in the Philippines, it was the people who made it unforgettable. They are the heart of the islands. The sunrises felt more meaningful. Maybe because I watched them with new friends who treated me like family after just one day. I laughed more. I talked more. I listened more. I felt more. This wasn't just a vacation. It changed me. I came to explore, but I ended up healing. I visited both countries. Both were beautiful. But only one made me cry when I had to leave. Only one made me promise to come back. So yes, Thailand is incredible. But when people ask me my favorite place in Asia, I pause and I smile. Thailand showed me the world, I say, but the Philippines showed me my heart.